How's it going, guys? It's your boy Raider Knight, and today we're jumping into Age of History for the first time in quite a while. I was gonna do 3 today, and I was like, you know what? I like 2 more, and I kind of want to play 2. 3 is good for some things, but it's just, I don't know. For like videos, it's kind of boring. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments what you prefer, Age of History 3 or 2. But we are kind of retired, like I said. But fuck it, we're doing Age of History 2. Fuck it, bro. We'll play World War 1. Do I have the populations, like, actually good? I think I do. We'll do World War 1. And we'll play as... I don't know. Alright, so starting our great game, we're going to build up this great country. What's our research looking like? I think we're going to max that out. And then we're going to work on the economy and just building up this country. We want to make sure we have the best country of all time. We want to be the GOAT. Is any of our provinces sucking? They all should be good, to be honest. Some of them aren't great, but it's alright. We have a pretty good economy. We could ally with Canada. But why would we ally with Canada when we can ally with France? I don't know. Would France be a good ally? We probably don't even want an ally. Let's not even get an ally. Allies are overrated. Oh, whoa. We're losing money. I just realized I'm not playing in sandbox mode. But I get used to sandbox mode and I'm like, dang, we ain't making no money all of a sudden. What the hell is happening? All right, we're going to make some money. We'll have a lot of backstock and cash or whatever. They have a huge military at our border. Should we just go to war with people? I feel like, you know, it really don't matter. I feel like we should just start going crazy. We'll just go to war. We'll invade, like, I don't know, Canada, Mexico. We'll go crazy. I feel like invading Mexico first is the good move or whatever. All right, we're gonna increase our troops along the border, and then I think we're just going to invade Mexico and probably call it good. I think we've got enough troops. We should be able to just walk through them. It shouldn't be that difficult, but we'll see. I might put a port here, and I might actually have like a counter operation like ready to go or whatever. We'll put like a huge operation against like Mexico. I think we'll let them attack us because I think Mexico's built up more troops than they had the first time. So we're going to let them attack us first, and we're going to launch a counter operation in southern Mexico. So a lot of these guys are going to go attack all these southern regions or whatever. We can probably move forward with these troops. I think we'll do that. We'll move forward with these guys, and we'll call this good for now. Maybe we could move forward with this guy. This guy could split up, but it's going to be pretty damaging or whatever. And then this guy can do all this, and then we can split this guy up. And our first turn is going to look something like this, I think. So we're going to invade America and see how that plays out. I mean, invade Mexico and see how that plays out. So we're winning on all fronts. This guy is going to go down here. We're going to need to build a huge defense down here, I think. We're going to send some backup over here for right now. This 40k stack can go this direction. I think we're going to be pretty slow at the start on what we do. So I'm just mainly going to kind of build up the front lines. And we're going to eventually make the push pretty quick here, though. So Mexico's sending in reinforcements. We're going to have half of them go south, and the rest of them will just stay kind of where they're at for right now. These guys can push forward into Mexico, and slowly but surely we will take control of all of Mexico. So they're sending in backup, trying to take over Tijuana. It's not going to work out for them. They're going to fail to take that back. We're going to send in even more reinforcements. And Mexico, you know, they're going to feel pain, bro. Mexico, they think they can just bully us around in World War I scenario. It ain't happening, bro. USA, we're taking the whole thing over. Unprovoked invasion of Mexico. I think we're going to kind of chill with this front line for right now. We'll see what happens. They just took out a huge amount of our troops right there. We are starting to get pushed back in some spots, but other spots we're doing pretty well. I think we're going to have to reinforce and probably retreat, actually. We're going to probably have to retreat a little bit in that side of the conflict. I think this guy, we're going to try to make a sneak attack right here and kind of take out southern Mexico. A lot of these guys are going to have to move in kind of this direction. We're just going to kind of have them cause some chaos in the south or whatever. And we're going to try to finish out what we can down here. So something like this will be our next turn. We're having like problems getting this guy to the front lines, but for the most part, I think the front lines are starting to repair themselves, which is good. We're going to try to take all these provinces this turn, and then slowly but surely Mexico will be pushed back. I think these guys are going to move forward now. Mexico has a lot of troops here. I don't really know how many exactly, but we're just going to try to break this wall this turn, I think, and try to push towards Mexico City. They're still making like attacks against our Tijuana or whatever. And they've actually stopped us right here, which is kind of interesting. So they still, I mean, they've still been able to like kind of hold us back, but we are breaking through parts of their wall. And I don't think Mexico's gonna really survive a whole lot longer, but you never really know. They could hold on somehow magically. But we're gonna try to retreat actually in this area right here. We're gonna kind of fall back slightly, see what they do, and then we'll kind of go from there, I guess, on what we want to do. I'm going to retreat that stack, and I'm actually going to send some down this direction. We're going to try to take Mexico City this turn. I think that's where a majority of their economy actually is, if I'm not mistaken. So once we take that, and if we go for this as well, but I don't think we can take it this turn. But those are their major economic centers. If we can kind of like break through all that, I think they're going to get taken out pretty quickly. So we're going to be kind of risky this turn. If it doesn't pay out, we'll probably just peace out with them. But I kind of want to see how this plays out. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. And if it does work out, I think we're probably going to just keep pushing. I think this was a disaster of a turn, though. I don't think it worked out that well in the south. I think it worked well in the north. Well, actually, it kind of paid off in the south a little bit. I don't think it's actually going to be as bad as I thought. So we're going to try to send all the troops back this direction, which is like super risky, but I think it's going to pay off. So we're going to try that. And then we're also going to be kind of risky up here as well. Probably not the smartest moves I'm making, but I'm just trying to break through this line as quickly as possible. I think if we take out the southern region, they're basically done for. So I think this is the end of Mexico right here. They might try to like take over these provinces, so I'll try to reinforce that, and then they should be done right here. So it's the end of Mexico. We have 100% war score, and we will take over a lot from Mexico, if not all of Mexico. So I'm going to take over this entire coastline. And just like that, all of Mexico will become part of America. Huge expansion by our country. We might have some rebels. I'm not really sure. Mexico's definitely not happy that we just annexed their whole country, but we'll see how that plays out. We'll probably have some rebel problems, and we should be able to just bring Mexico in pretty easily other than that. All right, I'm gonna send all the troops to Mexico City, and I'm gonna kind of check up on Europe and see how the world war is going. Russia, huge Russia, probably want to ally with Russia. That's kind of like a crazy Russia. I don't know if I've ever seen them this strong, to be honest, but they haven't annexed any of this yet in Italy, so maybe they won't hold on to it, but they got some rebel problems. But that's kind of a crazy Russia, let's be honest with ourselves. This is a super powerful Russia. I don't know if I've ever seen them this strong before in AI form, but they might take all of Italy. They're doing pretty incredible, and they really have nobody even close to threatening them. All their enemies are like getting destroyed right now, or are kind of just weak. I think France is really their only enemy, and France is at war with Germany right now, so. But Germany is getting taken out. All right, so we have annexed Mexico into the country. I think this is about where we want to focus on just getting our economy and our population up. So we're going to do that. We're actually number 1 right now, meaning we've passed Russia. I think we have we have a smaller economy and a smaller population, but somehow we have passed them, which is kind of interesting, I guess. I think I'm going to focus on building up New York City back into like a global hub of the world or whatever. We might invade Canada too, because Canada is pretty economically valuable or whatever. Or at least some of it is. And just like that, we now have 3 of the largest cities in the world in terms of economy. And Russia is behind us now in economy, but we are still way behind them in population. So we might actually try to overpass Russia in population really quick. I think that'll be a good move. Plus we'll make more money if we grow our population, which is probably what we want to do. We're going to do that, and we're going to build up this country pretty rapidly, to be honest. We might actually start profiting, ironically, which is kind of funny to think about. Alright, so we're way larger than Russia now, but we can probably actually form a federation with them, which is kind of ironic, but we'll do that. We'll form a federation with the Russian Empire, and just like that, the United States of Russia, or what would we be? The USR, United States Russia alliance. It'd be the USRE because it'd be the US Russian Empire. So that would be the name of the federation, the USRE. So we've formed the USRE, which is now like the Giga Empire of the world or whatever. We'll ally up with all these other guys. Brazil, Canada. We'll get China in the alliance too, why not? Or shit, can we get the British Raj? We might be able to get Japan in the alliance. Japan would probably be a better ally than China anyway, ironically. So we have a pretty amazing alliance right now. We have like a top tier alliance. The only real country that's not in our alliance that we could get is probably the Ottoman Empire. But this is pretty huge empire we've just created pretty quickly here. All right, we brought the Raj into our alliance, so I think our enemies are pretty much done for now. We have one of the greatest alliances on the map. I don't think nobody's messing with us. The Ottomans will be our final takeover. All right, so I've taken all the land. I think I'm gonna even win in this conflict. So I'm going to annex what I want from them, which is really not a whole lot. But I'm gonna take all their Polish land away from them, and I'm gonna take Kaliningrad. So we're gonna probably take all this from them. That leaves them with their pretty ugly borders, but actually might take some of this too. I might take some of that. We could take all this, but I don't know. It's kind of ugly. I might let them keep this, actually. I think I'm just going to take something like this. I think this is good. So we're going to send the demands. Germany is kind of ugly now, but it's all right. The Ottomans are getting destroyed, so I don't even think we have to fight them, to be honest. I think that was the last major war of the video. Kind of a short video, but I'm okay with that. We built a pretty crazy empire pretty quickly. This empire escalated pretty rapidly. I think, like, this is probably one of the quicker empires we built. Like, we built a huge world-defying empire in 600 turns. I mean, it's pretty good for 600 turns. So I'll take, well, if I was like actually trying to invade everything, I could do better. But for kind of just like chilling out, kind of working on economy, population, not really focusing on war a whole lot, I mean, that's pretty good for 600 turns. But hopefully you enjoy this video, and I will see you all for the next one. Peace.